Welcome back to another episode of the Yonkers Voice. Excited to be here at the campaign headquarters of Mike Khader, running for Yonkers City President. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Robbie. It's great to see Yonkers Voice again at my campaign headquarters on 861 Midland Avenue.
Now, Mike, we're going to ask you a couple questions. Firstly, I understand you're a Yonkers resident all your life,
That is correct.
and you've actually served with the CIA?
That is correct.
Okay, what's your background in that?
Well, yeah, I worked in the National Clandestine Services, and I did counterterrorism and counterintelligence operations for the agency.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, you're a local business owner, you're a dad, you're a husband. Are you a lifelong resident of Yonkers? Or?
Well, yeah, when I was working with the agency, I was not physically in Yonkers. You know, I traveled from Washington, D.C. I was in locations overseas, but I was born and raised in the city of Yonkers. I'm a homeowner in Yonkers. My law office is located in the city of Yonkers. My children attend the Yonkers public school system. So, Robbie, to answer your question, I got skin in the game, and I care about the future and the direction of our city.
Mike, you know, what makes you different from your opponent?
Very,
You know, Liam's in a lifelong resident. You know, what differentiates you from your opposition right now?
Okay, my opponent is part of the establishment. He's been in City Hall for almost 20 years. He's had the benefit of the opportunity to work under 3 mayors, including our current mayor. And to be quite frank, he's out of touch with the city needs. The demographics, the dynamics, and the problems of our city have changed, and my opponent is out of touch. He does not address the quality of life issues, our failing education system, you know, the community complaints. Being a leader on the city council is not about ribbon cuttings, passing out proclamations, and getting likes on Facebook. I want to be a city council president that represents the entire city of Yonkers, not just during an election year.
You mentioned that you're not part of the establishment. What's your relationship to Mayor Mike Spano?
Oh, the mayor and I have a great relationship, even from back when he was an assemblyman. My family has always supported the mayor and his entire family, and I look forward to working with him and taking a Democratic majority when I'm on the city council.
Which leads us to believe, you know what? Why are you running? What difference do you want to make in Yonkers?
Well, let me answer that backwards. You're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. I am extremely disappointed in the failed leadership at the city council president's office. We have to end the cozy backroom deals. We have to end the bully legislation tactics that my opponent has made a career of. On day one, when I go in there, it's going to be, what can I do for the people? What can I do for the residents? How can I give homeowners and taxpayers relief? What can I do to ensure not only my 3 children, but the other 27,000 children can get a quality of education? Robbie, the fact of the matter is, cost of living is on the rise in the city of Yonkers. We're being taxed in the front end, we're being taxed at the back end. We're not, the city council president has failed to create quality jobs, and people are frustrated. As I sit here, this bottle of water is cheaper than city water. What are we going to do about it? We need a city council president that's going to legislate with compassion. We need a city council president that's going to legislate with empathy. We need a city council president that's going to represent the entire city of Yonkers. And my opponent has failed to do that, and he's had almost 20 years to have that opportunity. As a minority leader, he's failed. As a majority leader, he's failed. As a city council president, he's failed. If you give me an accomplishment, I'll show you smoke and mirrors.
What support have you received from your campaign, and just as a whole? What kind of support have you received? I mean, you raise a bottle of water that's less expensive than city water. Tell me a little bit about the passion involved with getting Mike Khader elected.
Sure. Very easy, Rob. When I first started and I expressed a desire for public service, because as I look at the residents of Yonkers, public service is a privilege that should not be easily bestowed on anyone. And my opponent has taken advantage of that privilege. So What will I do and what have I done? I first started, I wanted to see. Maybe I have a biased opinion. I've spoke to residents, renters, homeowners to get a feel. Are they satisfied with the quality of representation? And they weren't. I started from the bottom. I reached out to the Democratic Party. I reached out to the district leaders. I said I will work hand in hand with them, and I will work every day to ensure that I am the best candidate for this entire city of Yonkers.
What are the three top priorities? Let's say you're elected. Let's say you're elected tomorrow. What are your first three top priorities?
Well, one is shedding light on the fourth floor. We're going to crack open the windows, we're going to open up the blinds, and we're going to give the chambers of the city council on the fourth floor back to the resident. That building belongs to the people of Yonkers, and I'm going to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to go there. Once that's done, we're going to figure out a way to control taxes. We need to give homeowners relief. We got to stop going to the to the homeowners to pay our wasteful spending. Number two, we have to ensure that our 27,000 students receive a quality education. When you receive a quality education, it opens up doors for meaningful jobs. Right now, as I'm in Southwest Yonkers, I'm all over, people are frustrated with the lack of opportunity. So we have to legislate in a way that creates meaningful jobs for job opportunity for all our residents.
Some pretty interesting, issues that you bring to the table. In the interest of keeping this short and not going on too long, I'm thinking we're going to be interviewing a lot over the next couple of months.
Absolutely.
One thing I always like to say or do is ask you to actually address our viewers, address the city of Yonkers, because they're the voice, Mike. They're listening to you. They're the ones that are going to go to the polls. What do you have to say to our viewers right now that's going to get them to the poll and pull the lever for Mike Khader?
Thank you, Rob, for that opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, the best thing I could say is the best indication for future behavior is past behavior. My opponent has been in city council as a minority leader, as a majority leader, as a city council president. He's been in a position of leadership and influence, and he has failed at all of them. So, any false promises that he gives you, it's just smoke and mirrors. The way I want you to judge me and my opponent are by actions. We have to level the playing field, which I will do. I've already sacrificed my career and my family to serve this country, and I'm sacrificing now my career and time with my family to serve the city of Yonkers. On day one, it's all about the people. It's all about what can I do to improve the city, not what can I do for myself and my friends and family.
Mike, I'd like to again take the time and thank you for joining the show, addressing the audience. We do look forward to sitting down with you again in the very near future. We are going to be following you on the campaign trail.
Thank you so much, Robbie, for having me. And I've always thanked the Yonkers Voice for following this local race. Unfortunately, even though we're right outside of New York City, it's hard for media to follow these local elections, and you guys have been great at it, and you guys always have an open door to follow up with any questions and come to my campaign headquarters at any time. My campaign headquarters is located at 861 Midland Avenue, and this is the people's headquarters. This is an open door policy. Please come on in, say hello, have a cup of coffee, and tell me what's on your mind.
I'll tell you what's a good website for you, or if somebody wants to contact you, Mike?
Very easy. VoteKhader.com. You could go there, you could sign up for our updates, you could sign up to volunteer, you could sign up to donate. This is going to be a grassroots campaign, and that's the groundswell that we created on all corners of the city, from Southwest Yonkers to Northeast Yonkers, from nonprofit organizations to community leaders to organized labor. I have received that support.
Now, folks, I will tell you that Mike Khader is on the Yonkers Voice Central. So if you're watching this on the external page, join the Yonkers Voice Central on Facebook. Mike will interact with you when he has the opportunity to. If you have any questions, go to his website, and feel free to hit us up with any of your questions. Until then, we'll see you again soon, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Robbie. Thank you. Thanks for the Yonkers Voice. Bye-bye.